Hello, I'm Dana with Yoga Stretch and Move, and welcome to my Fall 2021 30-minute seated chair yoga. So for this class, again, all you need is a sturdy chair, room to move your arms, room to kick out, no other props necessary. So finding your position on the chair that is, when we're seated in a chair, we like to still think about the idea of being in a Tadasana, in a mountain pose. So finding that foundational pose with the feet right underneath your knees, sits bones even in the chair, shoulders right over hips, head over shoulders. So nice straight supported posture. And then begin to feel into your space that you're in right now. Feel your feet. They're in socks or in shoes or barefoot. Feel the floor. Maybe imagine that the floor is deep grass or soft warm sand. You can kind of sink your feet into. Really feel that grounding into the earth. And then notice your sits bones. So where you're sitting, your sitting bones. Do you feel a little bit more weight in one side than the other? See if you can even that out a little bit. Maybe you might have a tendency to lean to one side or the other. See if you can even yourself out. And then lean back just a little bit so you begin to feel a little bit of a contraction of the muscles in the front to keep you from going too far back. So that's too far back. And then come forward and then maybe lean forward, and you can begin to feel probably some of the muscles in the back of the body trying to keep you from going too far forward. And then slowly begin to move your shoulders backward until they're right over your hips. And you may feel a sense of almost a release as you're directly stacked shoulders over hips. Right now, if you would like, you're welcome to close your eyes as you begin to come into this space, come into this practice. Eyes can stay open. You may just want to cast them down. Just sort of draw your attention, your awareness inward into your breath. As you breathe, begin to notice the qualities of your breath, where it moves in your breath, where it moves in your body, and whether it's a faster pace or a slower pace. Maybe you feel like the breath is deep, maybe not as deep. And if your mind begins to wander onto something else, just gently guide it back to the breath. Focus as much as possible on the qualities of your breath. Let's take a breath in together. And then as you exhale, sigh it out. Take another breath in like that, breathing in and sighing out, maybe even with a sound. Now close your mouth, and if it's accessible, if you have a stuffy nose, this may not work, but try closing your mouth and just breathing in through your nose. And then when you exhale, purse your lips, breathe out through your mouth, like you're blowing out a candle. Again, breathing in through your nose, if that's accessible, and blowing out through your mouth. This time, breathe in through your nose, and then try breathing out through your nose as well. See if that feels any different. Continue to breathing just through your nose, in and out. You may feel a sense of needing to get more air, and that's perfectly fine. Then release that kind of breath and breathe however you need to breathe to feel comfortable again. Just kind of exploring the possibility of breathing just through your nose. And then let's release that complete concentration on the breath, and we'll bring our breath into our movement, but we'll move now more into our body. So we'll start with our shoulders. And we're going to use the tops of our shoulders to gently draw our shoulders up towards our ears. And feel that muscle that has to contract. And then slowly release it down. Good. Really slowly, really, really slowly, so you're aware of how you have to soften the muscles. Good. Let's do that again. Maybe take a breath in. And then breathe out. Let's just try just the right side. So lifting just the right side up, keeping the left side relaxed. You may find that's a little challenging, so just notice. Try to keep your head upright. Notice how I sort of incline my head toward the right and keep it upright. And then slowly release it down. Good. So remembering how that felt, then moving to the left side, noticing if there's a difference between the right and the left. And then slowly softening that side. And then going back to both shoulders lifting and noticing, maybe holding for a second there, noticing how that might make your whole body feel, having these shoulders so tight and up. And then very, very slowly soften. You may feel them kind of leaping or sort of feeling kind of jerky, but that's because they're tight. And now you're letting them, you're saying it's okay. You can release, soften, and notice how that makes you feel. And now we'll move into the muscles below, the muscles that are right here that we just worked, into the center of our back, or more the upper back by the shoulder blades. And so we're going to have our hands on our thighs, and then draw your hands back towards your hips. Keep your elbows bent. And feel your elbows move back. As they move back, you'll feel the muscle between your shoulder blades maybe pull together. They kind of have to do a little something to bring your elbows back. So from the side, it looks like this. Just drawing my elbows back, and maybe you feel a little crinkling of the skin between your shoulder blades. Those muscles can kind of fall asleep, so you might not feel it right away. So give yourself some time. Bring your awareness to that area. Imagine someone were just tapping lightly between your shoulder blades, waking up those muscles. Allow that to happen. Keeping your neck relaxed, chin back. Doesn't come into the muscles that we just worked to bring the shoulders up to the ears. We don't want to involve those. It's going to be lower than that. But then release. Just bring your hands forward. Shake out a little bit. We're going to do that one more time. Slide your hands back towards your hips. Engaging those muscles. Keeping your chin low and tuck back. So this is just about the mid back, mid to upper back work, not right up in the upper part of your shoulders. Good. And then release. Now bring your hands to your shoulders. And we're going to work those same muscles. Bring awareness to them, sort of waking them up. Bring your elbows back. And as they come back towards each other, keeping your chin tucked, cervical spine neutral, so your cervical spine is your neck, right? So keep your neck neutral. We don't want it darting way out. That can be a little painful. Bring your shoulders back, just concentrating on the muscles between the shoulder blade. And then releasing down, the elbows will come forward. You might feel a little bit of a stretch on the upper back. And then out to the side. And then you can reduce the size of your circle. You can bring your elbows down. We're going to start making circles with the shoulders. See, the circles are in the elbows, kind of. The shoulders are doing the work. We're going around in circles. And if your hands are touching, sometimes they can be a little bit off the shoulders, but if they're able to touch, you can actually feel the muscles working to make your elbows go around, right, to move the shoulders. And then thinking about the muscles, being aware of the muscles that we worked in the back of the body and the stretching in the front of the body. Notice all those muscles around your chest. Okay, this time we're going to add our breath, so we're going to breathe in, bring the elbows back. Breathe out, bring them forward. Breathe in, open. Breathe out, kind of turtle in. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. And take your arms out to the side and extend them out, maybe lower them down a little bit. Find a place, turn your palms toward me, and then find a place where your arms are comfortable. No pain in the shoulder. You might feel a little working of the upper arm muscles. Okay. And then really straighten your arms. Use the muscles in the upper part of your arm to keep your arm straight. And take a breath in. Take both arms back just a little bit of puff in the chest, a little bit of stretch in the upper arm, maybe the elbow. And then exhale, bring your left hand over to your right. And then sweep both arms across, but reach out with both hands so you feel that almost like you're stretching forward and then getting a little bit of twist as you go to the left. And then take your outer arm, right arm, and reach it up and over. Just a nice gentle arc. And we'll do the same thing, but in reverse. We'll start with our right hand going left. And then both hands sweeping forward and around. Gentle twist in the upper body. And then the left arm lifting up, reaching up and over, and then coming down. And then shake out your arms. All right, now hands on your knees, working into the waist. I'm going to do a little bit of a forward fold, but this is a movement done with the hips. Feet are right underneath your knees, hands on your knees. Let's begin by pressing our hands into our knees to get tall. So you're pressing down with your hands and the crown of your head is reaching up. Shoulders aren't inching upright. They're nice and neutral. And take a breath in, sit tall. And then as you exhale, lean from the waist. Maybe pull your belly in as you lean forward. Inhale, sit up. Let's do that 2 more times. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, sit up. Exhale 1 more time, leaning. Inhale, sit up. Good. And then straight up and down. We're going to take our hands to our sides and imagine we have heavy weights, sort of pulling our arms down. And then the weights in the right side get really heavy. So it's going to pull ourselves over in a little bit of a C curve, and then the head gently goes over to the side. And then use your shoulder to pull yourself back up, not your neck. And then your head comes back over your shoulders. And lean gently over towards the left side. And then the shoulders pull up and straighten. Good, and we're going to lean back over to the right. This time, the left arm comes up and maybe touches the left shoulder. And maybe the elbow lifts a little bit, get some space in this side body. And then the left arm comes down, shoulders right, and then head lifts up. And then begin to lean over to the left side. The right hand comes to the right shoulder. Maybe the right elbow lifts. A little bit of an opening of the right side body. And then slowly bring the shoulder up, head up, and relax. All right, I'm going to scooch back in my chair and invite you to do the same if you're sitting toward the edge of your chair. We're going to begin to work the legs and also the arms, hands, and feet. So kind of a whole body workout. So we'll start with our right leg and we'll lift our right leg out. Let's lift the left arm out at the same time. So both arm and leg are out. And then let's turn the palm out so the fingertips reach up. Toes reach up, and then maybe even try to pull your fingertips back a little bit, toes back a little bit, just feel a stretch. And then release that, toes point and fingertips go down. So moving the wrist and the ankle. Breathe in, bring fingertips up, toes up, and breathe out, point and fingertips down. One more time, breathe in and breathe out. Good, and then lower down. We'll do the other side. You're going to lift this leg up, arm up, turn the palm out, toes up, fingers up. Pull the fingers back, bring the toes back. Maybe this left side feels different than the right. Maybe not. And then toes point away, fingertips down. And breathe in, lift up, pull up. Breathe out, point, and flex down. Breathe in and lift. Breathe out and point. And then release. Right, now extend your right leg and your left arm. And we're going to do some circles. So slowly circling your wrists and your ankles. And remember, when you're doing these circles with wrists and ankles, go slowly to give the joint time to warm up. And also notice if any other part of your body's moving. So if you begin to see this kind of motion of the leg and the arm, if you can still the leg, still the arm, and just move the joint that we're concentrating on, which is the wrist and the ankle. So it's a little bit more of a mind work. Very concentrated. Reverse the circle. So maybe your circle gets a little bit smaller when you're just doing the joint. That's okay. Just trying to isolate the joint is a good exercise. And then relax down that arm and leg. Let's extend the left leg, right arm. Notice if when you start, I can really feel a difference. My right ankle feels a lot warmer than my left. Feels much more warmed up. So again, when you start on this side, concentrating, bringing awareness to the fact that we're just moving that one joint, not up into the elbow or the knee. Right? As much as possible, leaving the forearm and the lower leg still, and nice and slow. Good. Let's reverse this circle or the other direction. It takes a little bit of concentration to keep it just in the one joint, right? Really isolating in it, the movement just into that one joint. Good. And then relax down. Right, now lift your right leg and your left arm. And I'm going to start doing the fingers going up and down with my left hand, my left wrist. And I'm going to do circles with my right ankle. So you may find it easier to start the circle and then do the hand. So you choose. All right, so just when you might be getting this one, we're going to switch. All right, so now stop. Start to point and flex your ankle, the right ankle, and then rotate with your left wrist. So notice at first it may be quite challenging. I do this every day and I still find it challenging. It's okay, keep trying. You'll get better as you do it more often. Or not in my case. All right, and I love that. Let that side rest. And now we'll take the left leg up, right arm, and we'll start with the moving of the fingers up and down, and the circling of the left ankle. So getting that motion first. And you may notice it might be different on this side. You might find it more challenging. It might be less challenging. It might be the same. Noticing. And then we're going to stop and reverse or switch. So now the toe is going to point and flex, right? Get that moving. And then the wrist is going to circle. For some reason, it's easier when I make a fist with this, when I make my wrist go around in circles, when I do this two different motions. So Doesn't matter, just so you're moving the wrist. Right, so give yourself some time. You can get a couple movements in. Good, good, good. All right, and then both relax. Excellent. All right, let's stretch up with our left arm. And then let's stretch up with our right arm. Nice and tall. Really feeling that stretch to the shoulder. Again, we're going to go straight out from the shoulder, as if you're trying to touch something, but you want to keep your chest there, but you're reaching forward, just can't quite reach it. And then let's try the right arm, reaching and stretching. Good. All right, now we're going to reach across our bodies. So sort of reaching out, but over at a diagonal. And as you do that, take a moment here. You might feel a little bit of a twist in the upper body. You're not trying to force it. You're just getting a little bit of a natural reach across your body. And then the other side, just a natural reach across your body. And then let's go down. So across our body, but we're reaching toward the floor, feeling that extension of the arm, using the muscles on the back of the arm. And then to the other side, reaching and stretching. And now make fists with both your hands and pull your hands back toward your chest, almost like you're in a very strange rowboat. And then when you take your arms out in front of you, your left arm's going to be on top, right arm's going to be on bottom. And then pull back and you're going to switch. Now your right arm's going to be on top and your left arm's going to be on the bottom. Good. So that's the sequence. We're going to keep that same arm sequence, but we're going to add in extending the leg. Totally fine if you want to just do the arms or just do the legs. Get used to that motion first and then add them together. Okay, so reaching up, and as you reach up through the fingertips and the heel, feel that connection. You're making a big L. So feel that all the way through. All the muscles working and stretching. Good. While the other side's just sitting there, right? It's just an interesting sensation. Now the right side, reaching up and stretching. And come down. Now, straight out with the arm, straight out with the leg. So it's a little different feeling, almost as if you're trying to touch your toes, right? And then the other side, reach and stretch. Now we go across the body with our arms, but our legs still go straight out. So this is a little bit different too, right? Right. And then the other side, reaching and stretching. Good. The next one is down toward the floor. So the left leg lifts, left arm reaches down. Right leg straightens, right arm reaches down. Good. Both arms pull back. And then as I reach my arms out, my left arm's going to be on top, so my left leg's going to lift. And then I'm going to pull both arms back. Right arm is on top, right leg lifts. And then pull back. So you kind of get the pattern. So we're going to switch it up again. Arms do the same thing. This time we're going to extend the opposite leg. Right? So left arm, but right leg. And take a moment here to notice how this feels different, right? Now we're getting a cross body movement. Now the right arm and the left leg reaches and stretches. Then straight out from the body, opposite arm, opposite leg, and straight out from the body. Then across the body, left arm reaches, right leg lifts. And then across the body, right arm reaches, left leg lifts. Now down to the floor, left arm's reaching. And then the right arm's reaching as the left leg straightens. Good. Pull both arms back. So the right leg lifts, so the left arm is on top. And then pull back. The left leg lifts, so the right arm's going to be on top. And pull back. Excellent. We're going to do a sun salutation. If it's possible to come to the edge of your chair, it does make it a little easier to do some of the movements. Fine to be halfway or even back in your chair. Different versions, different varieties. So let's begin. Hands to heart center. Notice how all 10 fingers line up. Feel each finger and the palm come together. a sandwich, right? You're feeling the entire length of the finger, the entire palm pressing in on the other palm, just noticing that. Pause here a moment and take a breath in. Relax your shoulders, sit up tall. I'm going to be cueing breath with this, but if you're doing this for the first time, you may want to just concentrate on doing the movement and add breath later. We'll be doing the whole series 2 times. Breathe in, arms reach up, palms stay together, and as you exhale, take your arms apart, fold forward, and bring your hands to the sides of your legs. Breathe in, sit up, arms go straight out from your body, fingertips up. Exhale, hands come to chest, elbows come back. Hands on your knees, press down, inhale, sit up. Exhale, lean forward, allow your hands to come along the front of your shins, straight back. Inhale, use your hands to sit up. Place your hands on your right thigh. And then as you exhale, lift your thigh toward your chest. Inhale, gently lower. Hands go to the left thigh. As you exhale, lift. And inhale, lower. Arms sweep up, same inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep your arms out to the side, up overhead. Bring your palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. Take one breath here. And we do it again. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, sweep the arms down, lean forward, hands to the sides of your legs. Inhale, come up, hands out, fingertips up. Exhale, bring your elbows back, bring your shoulder blades toward each other. Hands on knees. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, slide your hands over the front of your legs, leaning forward slightly. Inhale, sit up. This time we start with hands on our left leg. As you exhale, lift the left leg up. And inhale, lower. Hands go to the right leg. On your next exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Take the arms up. Exhale, lean forward, hands to the sides of your legs. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up, palms come together overhead. Exhale, draw your hands to your heart. Breathe in and breathe out. One more breath here. Excellent. So now we're warmed up. We've done a sun salutation. We're ready for a warrior 2. So moving into in order to get our feet into warrior 2 positions, they need to be a little bit further apart. So we're going to lift our heels up and really stretching through the fronts of our heels. And then gently take the heels out to the side and lower them down. And then lift the toes up, move them out to the side, kind of Charlie Chaplin style, and down. And then if you're comfortable taking them a little bit further again, heels and toes, you can do that. And we straighten one of our legs. So we're going to straighten our left leg first. As much as it's straight, it doesn't have to be completely straight, especially if you're back on your chair. But the the right leg will stay back. Left leg will be somewhat off to the side and somewhat straight. All right, now sitting up straight. Sit bones are still even in the chair. So if you feel you're leaning to one side or the other, adjust your legs so that you can come to a place where it's as if you're just standing or sitting normally with your feet directly in front of you. Okay. And then slowly lift the arms up to wherever they're comfortable, palms face down. Press in through your right heel, just lightly, the heel and the ball of the foot. Feel some energy in the right leg. And feel that energy travel up your spine. Gently turn your gaze over towards your right hand. Take a breath. This is warrior 2. Enjoy this pose of power. And then on your next inhale, turn your right palm to the ceiling. We're going to reverse the warrior. So you're going to lift your right arm up, left arm will go down, and the right side of your body, especially the ribs, kind of open up in through here. We're not lifting our sits bones. We're pressing down through the sits bones as we lift up through the shoulder, up through the fingertips. Make a nice arc, and then breathe. Come back to warrior two. Then bend your right elbow. Place your palm facing up, kind of like the Rodin thinking statue. And draw the left arm up. And as we move our arms, our torso is moving, right? It's a different shape. So try leaning over towards the right. Feel that change in your torso shape, and then breathe into that. Notice how your breath changes where it goes based on the shape of your torso. So the next inhale, come back. Warrior two, look over the right hand, and then slowly lower the arms down. Bend your left knee. Walk your feet together by lifting toes up, then heels up, bringing to center, toes up, coming to center, heels up, coming towards center. And then we're going to take our feet back out again. So this time we start with lifting our toes up first. Lift your toes up, move them out to the side. Press through your toes, lift your heels up and then out into an arc, taking your feet further apart from each other, and then toes up and out. This time we bring our right leg to some sort of straightness. Left leg's going to stay bent. Sitting bones are in your chair, even. Lift the arms up to wherever they're comfortable. Really take up space. Feel yourself expand outward into the room. Right? Be strong. Breathe. Take your gaze over your left hand. Take another breath. And then turn the left palm toward the ceiling. We're going to reverse the warrior. Left arm's going to go up. Right arm's going to go down. Notice the change that's occurring in your torso, right? Breathe. Notice how the breath moves differently. And then come back to warrior two. Bending your left arm, palm turns up. Right arm lifts. Reach to the sky with your right hand. Stretching from your right hip to your right fingertips, right? You're lengthening all the way through the right side, and then maybe you lean a little bit over to your left to get more of a stretch or a different kind of stretch. And then breathe. Take a few breaths to notice how that changes your breath pattern, your breath movement in your body. And then coming back to warrior two, looking over your left hand, and then slowly lowering your arms down. Good. Bend your right leg, lift your toes, make an arc to bring them closer together. Lift your heels, make an arc to bring your heels closer together and toes together. And when your feet and toes are together, or your heels and toes are together, just gently move your knees side to side. Right, then knees come center and rest. We're going to straighten our left leg, straighten our right legs as much as possible. If you're in a divot chair, this is doable. If you're more towards the back of your chair, your legs may not come completely straight. You can take them out in front of you if you like. If you have an ottoman or some blocks, you can place them on that. So we're going to do a down dog, sliding your hands, first an assisted down dog. So sliding your hands over your knees, keeping your back straight, chin tucked, leaning forward. You're pulling the belly in to support your back. Just a little bit of a lean forward. And then use your hands to help push yourself back up. And then an unassisted down dog. So the arms are going to go straight out in front. Engage through your core. So all the muscles through here, like you're pulling in a corset, you're going to support your spine. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, slide forward just a little bit. And as you inhale, make fist, pull your fist in, and then if your legs were straight, you can bend them and keep your legs right where they are. You're going to exhale, press your hands forward, revisiting that movement of the upper back, right? Inhale, pull your elbows toward each other, stretching to the chest. And as you exhale, pressing your hands forward, feeling a different sensation. One more time, breathe in, pull back. Breathe out, press forward. And then this time as you breathe in, you're going to take your arms out to the side. And as you exhale, gently bring your fingertips together. So now the fingers don't touch, the palms don't touch. We're making sort of a ball with our hands. And then imagine your hands are forming around your lungs, right? And as you inhale, the lungs expand, so your hands have to move away from each other. And as you exhale, they come together. Breathe in and breathe out. 2 more times. Breathe in and breathe out. One more. Relax your hands in your lap, a comfortable position. Maybe you want to sit back in your chair for a moment. Take just a moment to allow yourself to feel the way any changes in your muscles, your joints, any shift in your breath or your mind. Now let's take a breath in together. Side out. Another one just like that. Breathe in. Thank you so much for choosing to practice yoga today with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again soon.